200. Welcome to episode 200 from the medieval realm. It's time for a world tour. So glad you guys could all make it out here and check it out. There's been a few changes. We have a brand new texture pack. The world tour episodes and world download episodes and texture pack episodes get a lot more views than anything else. So there's some people probably coming by who have not been coming by recently, which is great. Welcome back. Happy to have you over here. And let's talk about what is new. So I'm here in Travail. This is where it all began about 9 months ago, maybe 10. And yeah, so we got new textures going on here. I'm going to be slipping back and forth between survival and creative, whatever, and spectator, so I can float up and show you guys what is going on. But as far as just getting a check out of the atmosphere, this is Travail. This is the very first spawn town. We spawned right there in that little place that was later on added by Howard T. Duck, but it used to be just a field. And yeah, we spawned and made this little village. In this realm is all connected. It's a giant interconnected realm. There are hamlets, which are 0 to 10 people. I guess 1 to 10 people, technically. Villages, which are 10 to 100. Towns, which are 100 to 1,000. And cities are bigger than that. So this is the first area, and it was in a birch forest. So we decided to try our best to use birch. So this right there is our new birch log, and that's in the new texture pack for 1.12. This still is in 1.12. We have not moved to a snapshot yet. And this is the little storage hall. This is the oak texture. What I have done recently is taken the new textures that were released by, I think, Jappa. Is that right? Jaspa, maybe? And incorporated them into the texture pack. So there's a lot of new stuff. There's some things that have changed. Obviously, the birch logs are like a big one. But yeah, we're going to actually head north because it's something I want to make sure I focus on things that we did not see last world tour. And one of those things is Tanis, and I think we should start perhaps there. So just checking out the atmosphere that we've really worked hard on. All of the roads have been replaced into gravel now. Gravel and cobblestone mix. All the roads in the whole realm are that. And there's a reason why, because I want to add more gravel variations. You can see all these different variations. I want to add more and add some with some grass, add some with some mud, all that kind of stuff. But all the kingdoms that we built in Season 1 will go until 1.13 comes out, and then we'll start Season 2. And by starting Season 2 means we'll just head to a new area of this world and build a new place. So all of Season 1, all the different kingdoms, all the hamlets, all the villages, towns, and cities, all are under the same house, which is House Danao. And they control them all. They all have, they each have their own sort of government, but like in Game of Thrones, if you think of that, like maybe a lot of different little areas will still bow to, say, House Lannister, for example, things like that, okay? So that's the kind of idea that we've been running on, and this right here is where Season 2 will take place. It's really, 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 really far, but it's that direction north by quite a long way. So DNA just started building the road, so we're prepared. And yeah. So I've been working really hard in getting to a good point where if 1.13 were to come out now, which is still a little bit away, that we would be prepared. So today's episode is going to take us through sort of all the different places that we've worked on. I especially want to talk about the atmosphere and the nature and things like that we've really been hitting hard. And yeah, and just hope you guys really enjoy it. So we've done a lot of custom trees and some big areas. Oh, I should say there are 2 kingdoms that we've started now, but are going to be really part of any season because they're independent kingdoms. They don't bow to any house. One is the prison city of Sandrasku, and one is the banking clan. The banking clan just got worked on a little bit last episode, but this is the haunted village of Tanis. It's actually named after a terrific podcast if you are looking for that sort of thing. But this is where we found a mending villager, and I wanted, instead of just a mending villager, maybe, you put him in a hut or something. Instead of that, what I wanted to do is I wanted to put him in sort of a special place. So I built this. This is a custom mountain, sort of hill area here. This was just flat, this whole area. These are spruce, by the way. I've darkened spruce and oak because they were... Well, we've gotten used to darker oak wood, and I thought that it should be consistent. So I've darkened them to where the conquest color scheme is, but kept the actual texture. Oh, there's a horse. That is nice for later. So here's the village. So this is, or the haunted cabin of Tanis, and this is where the mending villager is. So you see about the general size of the cabin? I think this is really cool, personally. And once you walk in here, you are set to adventure mode, and boom. There is a hallway that shouldn't be here. This doesn't belong. It's way too big. And look at this, a void. Let me see if I can get this. I am terrible at this sort of... What's this called? What's this kind of running? Parkour. Oh, yes. And the last one's the hardest one. Yeah! So you go through that little void jumping parkour section, then you come down here, and boom, you're in the end. Now look out, because last time I got blown up by a creeper. All right. Oh, oh boy. You know what? For the intro, I took off my, for the intro, I took off my elytra, and I thought I could just glide right down here, but I couldn't. So, whoops. Okay, so... Then you walk into this area, which you should probably enter pro or something, and you come down to a nether portal, and if you walk through the nether portal, you get to this area. Oops. Let's just go. I don't have time for slow walking. I meant to get rid of this stuff before this episode, but as a matter of fact, actually, I'm going to take this. Oh, I can't. I'm in adventure mode. Darn it. Okay. Then you get to this, and you look around. There's no way out, but... you can just fall into this beautiful ravine or ravine cave sort of area. Love this. Love the exposed diamond ore too, which you can't mine. How frustrating will that be if you're walking through here? So you walk through this little cave. Got some... Oh, man. I love this part. We do have fire spread and mob griefing turned off in the realm. That was sort of... we learned the hard way. So you walk through this dense cave, and you get to... this is definitely not mob proof. So another little cabin. Okay, are you ready? Brace yourself. Are you ready? I love this part. That should be closed. Okay. Nothing in here? Okay, let's just leave. What the heck? Am I right? Am I right? I mean, come on. Come on. Anyway, here we are. We've just been somehow transported to another void. Into this area with a witch. Boy, that was fun, by the way. That was fun. Getting that witch in there. Anyway, and then here we go. We go up here. And... hello. Mending book. Earl Tanis. Boom. What do you think? Yeah? You like? I like it. I think it's pretty fun. There's different ways out. There's this whole thing. This whole area. I think that's really fun. And yeah, and that's it. And you walk out here, and then you are transported. Well, every door is different actually, but you're transported. This one takes you to back out to the haunted village of Tanis. And there you go. There's Tanis. In that area, there are actually a lot of different rooms. Oh, I was going to take that horse. Yeah. There are a lot of different rooms actually, and they all have different things. Like there's a pumpkin farm, and there's an ice golem farm, and all that kind of stuff. But we don't have time today. I need to sort of hustle. I need to move this right along. Last world tour was pretty long, and things are much, much, much bigger than last time. So yeah, I gotta kind of key and continue this going. So look, you guys have seen Tanis. The only thing really new of note is over here in the ghetto area. This can I stick this landing? Yes, that whole thing is new. It's really just like ghetto houses, pretty much, you know, low income sort of houses, and we just peppered up with a bunch of trees and all that kind of stuff. So, and yeah, and again with the gravel, look at that site. It's not bad, right? It's not bad. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take I am gonna take a horse if I can get going and start heading down the path. I do think taking a horse is going to make the most sense because I want to take a look at a little bit of the pathing, and then after that we'll cut between kingdoms because it's pretty long. How fast is this guy? This guy is way, way, way too slow. Nope. Anyone fast? Okay, there used to be a lot more horses here. These guys have disappeared. Okay, this guy's fast enough. Okay. So we're going to take this and head... We've seen, like I said, we've seen Travail several different world tours. Nothing has really changed except that one thing I showed you. And the general textures and stuff have changed. But there is a dock over there with a ship that will take you to Port Bray. And more on that, we'll talk more about that later. But we're actually going to ride down to Colossal. That's a work in progress, that forge up there. Which way? This way? Yeah. So, so one thing I wanted, every village, every town, all that stuff has a main export, and Travail's main export is wheat. So yeah, there's a carrot farm there and a pasture. I think the pasture is super nice, actually, too. Wheat farm over there, wheat farm up there. That's one of the things I really wanted to expand upon was these guys are all pretty much farmers. You know, I mean, there's this area, which vines have really sort of killed it, but this will cooler. I may need to go back in there with some string and sort of limit where the vines are, but yeah. Anyway, and then you come out this, and there's even more wheat, and just that's, you know, that's one of the things I really wanted for this entire kingdom was just wheat everywhere. I actually started clearing trees over here to plant some wheat over there, but it is an extremely time-consuming process to plant all that. So we'll see when we get to it. This area, this is a little hamlet built by Monk, who has been, I can't even pronounce his new Minecraft name, formerly Monk. Super nice little, he wrote a story on the Wiki. The Wiki is located in the description here. You can check that out. Also, hit me on Discord. I meant to say that in the beginning and I forgot. But if you're enjoying the series, join my Discord because that's where I'll tell you if I'm doing live streams. Sometimes I put up pictures of stuff we're working on in the realm. I'll ask for volunteers to help me with big projects, especially that kind of stuff. You know, sometimes I bite off more than I can chew. So, yeah, so the main idea is going to be, you know, this first kingdom is, or first house Danao, the whole season 1 house is extremely big. The other houses I don't think will be quite as big because I think what I would like to do is spend more time, like none of this has been really touched. This is just procedurally generated forest, and I'm not a huge fan of it. I think we did a nice job with the road and stuff, but honestly, it leaves a little bit to be desired. I think we could have done a lot more. It's just unrealistic because of the simple size. We play on huge biomes size. So, you know, like we try to do as much as we can, like a little, you know, little interesting thing there, little, there's one up here. This is pretty terrible. I tried to do something in the cliff face, just some like stables there. I don't know. I didn't really come up with a story or anything. It's just kind of bad. Not even lighting here. That's really lame. Yeah, and just tried to come up with interesting stuff every so often so that if you're making this ride, it's not just really boring because we have no, part of the rule on this is we have no nether transport. There's a storyline going with the world, which is that the world is at war with the zombie pigmen from the nether. And they invade. Now, they've not invaded anywhere in this house, but I think in future houses we'll have current invasions going on and wars, and we'll set up battlefields and all that kind of stuff that I think could be really interesting. There's something that's a little bit interesting. Some wood, like they're repairing. The bridge is broken, so they're repairing the bridge. That kind of stuff I think is kind of fun, but we're almost a newer little place called Harrison's Garrison. It's just outside of Colossal and the End Temple. And the idea of that is it was we're in the 3rd age now. So back in the 2nd age, there was a castle here that has since sort of fallen into ruin. But a man named Harrison has since taken it for his family and begun repairs. That's kind of the idea. Here's a little mining area, a little miner. I think that stuff is kind of fun. So this is Harrison's Garrison. I'm not going to spend that much time looking around it, but I think it's kind of fun. It's just a fort, basically. It's just a fort. This was an island, actually. So this whole place was just a little island that you needed to elevate to get up to the top of this, which is higher. But I think it worked out really well. You know, maybe not the most interesting thing in the world, but you know, we had some targeting dummies and some stuff like that because It's a fort, and it's not just a house. So, all right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually go to the end. Okay, the End Temple. And the End Temple is one of the three religions. We have the Church, the Church of the End, the Church of Man, and the Nether religion, yet to be named because we haven't built any of them yet. But this is one of them, and you'll see it start to render in right about now. This is the main base of the Nether religion, and man, this was a fun build. This took a really long time and took up a lot of stone. So what I'm actually going to do here is I am going to slip into spectator mode so I can show you this build because I'm particularly proud of it, and I think it's an impressive build, at least by my standards anyway. So here we go. Game mode 3. Here's the End Temple. I need like some cinematic music. I just think doing this build was really fun. It's partially furnished on the inside. There are stairs and ways to get up. See how it's a big square? That won't be forever. But the idea is going to be when you go to a Church of the End, and we have Church of the End scattered around different towns and different villages and all that stuff on the realm. When you do, then you would come up to game mode survival. Okay, whoops. You would actually come into, you'd actually come on in up there, just right up there. And in one of these little areas. Oh, you can get up there. I forgot about that. I forgot I did this. Okay, cool. Right at the top of this. So like you would come right, splash down this water. And then you would get a chance. You would look down here. And if you believe hard enough, I'm going to go actually. I'm going to do, because I want to stop. Then you could just jump right down. And you fall right into the end. Now, I have fog turned up, so it's a little bit less impressive. Let me see. Details? Is that what it is? Fog? Okay, yeah, so that's better when it's just a void. I like playing with the fog a little bit closer, but yeah, this is something we built now. As you see, this is underground, but the effect is going to be when you're falling down in, you'll get just a glimpse of an end city that suspends the end portal right there. And you can go in. There's the ender and all that stuff there. We had to use buttons to stop mobs from spawning down here because that takes you out of the immersion. But anyway, so this is the End Temple. I love this kingdom. It has been super fun to build, and eventually I'll get motivated and do the interiors, but and I need to do the landscaping around, like, so it's not just a big flat square. We'll bring some water in, bring some land out, make it look really natural. But yeah, that's the End Temple. So, okay, so if you're going around here, there's another little place that's interesting, I think. If you're taking the road and you don't want to go through the End Temple, you can take this little area, which there's a little ruined house over there. That turned out really nicely. And you just walk through this like pathway, and what you'll find is a granite mine, where I actually happened upon a really like huge granite deposit. So I thought, why not make this into the story? So there's a granite mine right down there, and then what you do is you would, if you're a miner, you would bring the granite out and bring it over here, right down here to a little dock where maybe workers can ship off these granite deposits off to other places that need it. So, okay, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to cut and we're going to go out to Sandrascu and take a look around there and then continue the tour, okay? So I will be back in just a moment. I nearly forgot one of the things that we've been working on. This is like 5 seconds after I just hit the stop record button. But one of the new things we've been working on is this little area. It's in between the End Temple in Sandrascu, and this is a Fir Forest. So we use something, they're called structure blocks, and they're in-game. This is all 100% vanilla to make fir trees, and we stuck them all over the place here, just to make a really immersive fir forest. And I think it just turned out just terrifically. So let's just take a look. I mean, it looks like modded Minecraft, right? I mean, it's just so massive and just like a thick, overgrown forest. So if you're just walking, actually I want to walk, not run. If you're just walking, you just walk. through this area. Now, yeah, these are birch leaves and birch and fir, birch logs, but they just look so good with this new texture. So yeah, then there's this little offshoot, and part of one of the bits of lore that we have is there's a kingdom called Adgery, where the Arbor Druids live. And the Arbor Druids go out in this real world because back in the olden days, there used to be huge trees like this. But since then, now there's the third age, kind of the magic is gone because their world tree burned down. More on that later. And they have made it a mission to go out and plant more forest. So this is an Arbor Druid Hut. This is from purple is the planter color. So they have this is sort of where the Arbor Druid of this area lives, and he's just kind of in charge of planting this massive forest that is just, it's just so good. It's so good. Now, this is one of the things that we did in creative. It's one of the only things that we did in creative mode. This and some magic with command blocks. Everything else is straight survival the whole way, but this, because of the size of the trees, we actually use structure blocks in creative mode to bring those in. Other than that, we're all straight. This texture is a jack-o'-lantern. Oh, I totally forgot I was in creative mode. Okay, this let me put that up here. Can I? You can't. Cool. Okay, that is better. So that texture, that's the jack-o'-lantern texture, and that'll be in the texture pack as well. So, okay, on to Sandrascu, although it's very close. Maybe we'll just fly over here. This road is coarse dirt and has recently been overhauled. It used to be path block, and I was just not happy with how it worked. So I went in here with all the coarse dirt that I pulled up from building all the gravel roads, because we have now an overflow of coarse dirt, and put it in. And here is Sandrascu. I love Sandrascu. This is a prison city. The idea here is all the different houses. This is an independent kingdom. So all the different houses, all the different cities, towns, and all that stuff, bring their prisoners here, throw them over the wall, which the walls have yet to be completed, and they live here. They don't actually throw them over the wall. They boat them in. So here's how it works. They boat them in to right about here, and I think there's going to be some sort of lore written where people will stand at the sides and, like, throw sand at them or something something cool that makes it just look really rough and tough and miserable. And prisoners are unloaded here. They come over here. They get their assignment if they're basically two things: if there are workers, or if they're either too old or feeble or sickly or whatever and can't work because there is nothing comes in. They are completely on their own in this area. The only thing that they do is they export glass. That's their major export. They export glass, and they get food in return, and that's it. So if they're not able to help, then under the castle of Sandrascu, the king, named King Croc, will take the ones who are too feeble to work and send them up this tower. The tower has stairs, but we will just fly to save time. But yeah, and this is just sort of the atmosphere that we're working here. I think it comes off really well. I'd like a little bit more color and stuff, and what this doubles as in Minecraft is this is our mob farm. So whenever you come in here, basically, if you are not able to help, then you are thrown in these jails. And in these cells, they're dark, so mobs will spawn, and every like 2.5 minutes or 2 minutes or something like that, the water kicks on. Now, occasionally it gets messed up because of the redstone and because of stuff. So there, you can see these guys are getting knocked right out. See you later. Okay. And that's it. So then they fall down, and let me just show you where they fall down to real quickly. So they would just fall down into here. Look at all these mobs. Look at that. Right? These guys all fall down in. Oh my god, that's just so many. Down through here, through the AFK fissure, and down into here. And this is where they all die. And Captain Doey set us up with a... Well, I don't need to. An amazing auto sorter. So you can see we just have like, a dozen or more stacks of chests of chests of bones, gunpowder, all this stuff. So it's really tremendous. And this is all going to connect to the underground. What do you call it? Crypts. Yeah, there's going to be big crypts, and that's where all the dead bodies go and stuff in Sandrascu. But yeah, the mob farm is pretty effective. It works out pretty well. This is a cactus farm. It's fine. It's very generic. I based off of one of Welknight's designs, and works great. It's just very simple. This is the town as it is finished so far. I really, really like it. So let's walk. And yeah, this is the town. Now, I'm not sure of the path yet. I have a texture coming in 113 that is going to be dirt bricks, and that's going to be for brown terracotta, but it's not in yet, so I haven't used it yet. But I think it's going to be really effective. And we just have like your stalls. This is based heavily off of trying to learn how BOO 100 builds his sort of areas, and it works out great. So at the end of Sandrasco, after you've done all the stuff that you're going to do, let's get one quick look over here, right? This is the castle of Sandrasco, and also the End Temple right over there, or the church. The Church of the End in Sandrasco. That over there, straight ahead, that is the beginnings of a villager of an iron farm that we haven't finished yet, and over here is a market stall area that we haven't finished yet. Okay, so that's what's coming. It's just not quite there. So if whenever you're here working and you need to go repair your tools, then what you can do is you go over here to the Church of the End. There's a horse in there. And you stand right here. See the lava? Push the button. Fall in lava. Keep falling. And you are teleported to the Church of the End Temple. If you believe enough. That's sort of the lore. If you believe strongly enough in the Enderman and the Ender Dragon, all that stuff, then you will be teleported here. So that's that. Let's head over to Colossal and check this out. There are a few more. This world tour is going quite along, but I kind of knew it would be. 200 is a big number, big episode, a lot of work done. Probably what we'll do is I'll probably break up future world tours into little different parts or skip sections or something. So Colossal, we've seen a lot. Colossal is our first town. It has well over 100. We count people as beds, so if there's beds, then it's people. There's not a lot to see in Colossal that we haven't talked a lot about. There's a super smelter there. There's the mayor's house there. This is the first Church of the End that we built. It looks less impressive now that you've seen the other things, but at the time I built it, I thought it was really cool. Over here, that is a tower that allows the sun to come in. The sun shines right into the Church of the End base. So it's their services start when the sun hits there, and then they end when the sun hits there, which corresponds to nighttime in the realm, and that's when Endermen can safely come out. So that since they celebrate Enderman, that's sort of the idea. The one thing about Colossal that we should discuss, man, I love just walking. I wish I had time, but is this thing, Howard's Tower. I love Howard's Tower. So this is how you actually get here. And let me talk about the fast transportation network in the realm. So underneath this tower that is just ruins is a path. And this path goes out to a little dock. There's a boat there. If you want to get to Port Bray, which is our sort of the capital of House Donau, then you would take this boat. And let me show you how to take a boat. Take a boat in Minecraft, right? Pretty cool, I think. Some just ruins, and I really like this. Oh yeah, Colossal's major export is oak wood. So here you have just fields of harvested oak. Just fields and fields. It just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. There's some more ruins over there. Howard's Tower ruin it's just really cool. I just really love it. Isn't it nice? Okay, anyway, here's the boat. Here's the Colossal boat. So this is where they basically export oak, and they take oak to Port Bray, and that's where you do all the major trading of the whole world. So what you do is you walk in the captain's quarters, and there's either a pressure plate or a button. Oh, by the way, these are beds. Every bed is different. Some look like tables, some look like beds, some look like rags, sleeping bags, all kinds of different stuff. I got those from Minecraft PE. My texture pack is available if you are interested. Hit me on Discord is the best place. So this is Port Bray. Port Bray, it is connected by roads, but if you want to travel quickly, what you can do is you can take this boat from Colossal, and then say you jump on this boat and it goes to Treville, or this boat and it goes to a little hamlet made by Ulrich, which I'm not going to show off this tour because it is going to belong to House Shonara, which is the Season 2 house. This goes to a mining mesa. Not a lot to see there, but that's how you can travel around. And all these different places are going to have boats. All the big places, not the little hamlets, but certainly all the towns and maybe some of the bigger villages. So Port Bray is the capital, and there's going to be a castle on a custom mountain that we're making. I don't know if it's going to happen this season or not. It's taking longer than I thought, but this is one of my favorite views. This is one of my favorite whole places. I just really love it. This is not going to be as red as it is right now. I think this is spruce. And yeah, it's not the greatest. Captain Doe is working on a storage system over there. That's another Church of the End. You can take the leap of faith and go to the end portal. This area over here is sort of the middle class housing area. Also, there's an ice farm up there. And that right there that you see is the upcoming mountain that there's going to be a castle on top. We just got to build the mountain first. There were some smaller Extreme Hills mountains, but we wanted a big one. So me and Cone have been working that out a little bit. And we're just going to make a whole custom mountain falling down and then just put a giant freaking castle on top. That's going to be a really fun build. It's just going to take some time. So, okay, moving on. Here's some middle class houses. And this is sort of the style we went for. Sort of like a Tudor sort of esque type of thing. That's white terracotta. A lot of these textures came from either John Smith, but they've all been edited because I wanted this to still be 16-bit Minecraft. So some of them are vanilla, some are the new vanilla, some are John Smith, some are Conquest. Those are both 32-bit texture packs, so they've been edited down to be 16-bit. But yeah, and this area's major export is mine. So I see that's marked Quarry, but that's not actually accurate. The Quarry is over here. Oh, this is new. Oh, cool. Well, that's definitely new. I don't know who did that. Maybe Monk may have done that. So yeah, this is the Quarry. And this is sort of what we're going to go with. We're going to try to just go down and down and down and down. Wow, that's really been dug out. The whole way around and just put wood. And then it's not going to be a quarry that we're going to cover up. We're going to go down and then leave it down and just make it look like it's, it's meant to sort of disappear. I like that too. Some more walls. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Put some dye. Oh, that's nice. Looks great. Anyway, okay, so I'm off. I'm going to head down now. Again, like I say, all these areas are connected by roads. If you're either on the server or, oh yeah, I should say, as of now, I still have a server up. It's an adventure mode server. If you want to apply to be on the realm, tell me. You get on the server, and then I will put you in creative mode, and then you can do what sort of builds basically you think would fit. And, assuming it works out and everything's cool, then you'll get invited onto the realm. And that's sort of the application process. We are an adult-only realm, 18 plus. But other than that, we're just cool. It's usually really quiet. There's usually only like one or maybe two of us on at the same time because it's a really long-term project. So rather than get burnt out, you just take it as it comes. You play when you want to do some building and just keep going. So this will go the entire way back to Kalahal, or you can take it to Adri, and that's where we're headed next. So Adri is a magical place. This is where the Arbor Druids live. And the deal is they have three different parts of their society. One is they have seekers, which are going out to look for the ancient treants, which have disappeared in the Second Age. Planters, which we already saw, they are in charge of planting giant forests, and keepers are in charge of basically keeping all the different living things in the world in the vault. And their magic comes from this is the what do we call it? The living tree, I think. Is that what we call it? I actually forget. I think that's called the living tree. And the living tree burnt down. The zombie pigmen attacked this in the Second Age, and it burnt down, and they lost most of their magic. So in an effort to get their magic back, they have started a new living tree sapling. Wow, someone's been planting trees here. And that is, let me just go up here. Powered by these totems is the 6 different saplings power that magic. They send their magic up, and this is the new living or world tree. That's what it's called. It's the world tree. Darn, I'm forgetting my own made up stuff. So yeah, so the world tree, and it's growing, and this is the sapling of the world tree. And as you see, the magic is just sort of infusing it so it'll grow to be as mighty as the old world tree used to be. Now, where the vault is right in here underground. This was actually partly a natural vault. Partly we had to carve out a bunch of it, and this is going to be a place where we put it down trees that we have put in the world and what their IDs are for structure blocks. And you can watch episode 199 if you want to see how that works, because I didn't know structure blocks were in the game. And this is going to be a huge vault. It's just not there yet. But right now, as of now, it's, it's okay. It's basically building materials and a lot of building from just knocking stuff out. But if you go down here, I think, I gotta be honest, I don't know if we have a way in yet. Okay, we do, but that's not a great way. Okay, so eventually I'll make a better way. So this is going to be where the Arbor Druids live. This is their main area. This is where they learn, where they are taught, and all that kind of stuff. This is like a teaching area in here. Clearly, this is in a state of really needs to be redone. Wow, man, I did this whenever we were using different wood textures, because wow, that is shockingly bright on these new textures. So, yeah, okay. That's acacia, that orange. Yeah, I mean, that's default now. So, anyway, yeah, so this is where the Arbor Druids live, and this is where we plant a lot of these trees to make all this happen, all that kind of stuff. I think it's really cool, but certainly we have a long way to go, but yeah, I want to build basically a whole society here of Arbor Druids. Is it here? Oh, yes. I can't believe it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've got to work out a way in. Right now, there's currently no way in it. It's a work in progress. But yeah, so now what the Arbor Druids do basically is what we're using them in Minecraft terms for is building trees. We started with some oak trees, and then we decided that I'd rather start with birch, because birch is a bigger problem. Oak trees look fine. Birch trees look really bad in Minecraft. So what we did over here is Captain Doey built this amazing birch tree right there. It's unbelievable. It's my favorite birch tree. And these are fir trees, and this is basically what made up that one forest. So this is how we're going to do all the trees. We're going to put them in little lots like this. Ulrich does a better lot layout than I do, but and then you just save it. You save this is fir tree 02, and it's for fir 02, and it's saved. And then in the real world, you do a structure block and you put it down. These are eucalyptus trees that we're going to build a eucalyptus forest at some point. And we're just going to keep this going. We're going to make all kinds of custom trees, and we can make huge, just giant places that I think is just so cool. And the best thing is it's all vanilla. It's all vanilla. You gotta slip into creative mode to do the birch trees and stuff, but it's straight vanilla. There's no cheating here. So these are a couple. These are a couple attempts. These are not saved yet. These are some attempts at oak trees that I'm not really happy with. Building these in survival is not all that much fun, so it's something that I want to really continue to work out. But yeah, so oak trees, yeah. I mean, imagine a whole forest just of oak trees, though, that look like that, and then all different ones. I think that could look amazing. Oh, so much better than the vanilla forest. Now, outside of these are sort of the major areas. I love the world tree so much. These are the major areas. Outside of this, there are a few more areas that like littler towns and or villages and hamlets, kind of all spread out. Like, for example, here's a great example. So if you're just walking along the road, this road is technically between Port Bray and Colossal. And you're just walking along the road, it's a covered bridge. This is actually new. No one's seen this. I built this off camera. And then you're just going to follow this along. Looks like maybe I was running along gravel at the time. But yeah, and even all this gravel and all that stuff, even that is all like straight found survival type of stuff. So that's the last thing I really got to show you is the banking clan. We'll head up there in just a second. But what I want is in this world, I want this world to feel really lived in, to feel like it's old, not new. A lot of Minecraft worlds I find feel brand new. And I think that takes you out of it. I want this world to have all kinds of stuff just along the side of the road. Like this is Joe's sheep farm. Joe's Sheep Emporium, technically. All the lore and story is on the wiki, but yeah, you can see this is Joe's sheep farm. So we just bred we need a crap ton of black wool in this texture pack. Black is pitch black, so that way you can use it for voids and all that stuff. So to build the underground stuff that we built in both Tanis and under the end temple, yeah, we had to shear these guys for like I don't even want to tell you how many hours and hours of shearing just to get enough black wool for all that. Luckily, there's so many. Basically, you just shear constantly. You don't ever have to stop shearing. So that's like a little hamlet. That's the idea of a hamlet. Like less than 10 people live there. The house is outfitted. Has maybe 5 or 6, 7, 8 beds, things like that. And yeah, it's just people who work Joe's sheep farm. One of the things I want to add there is a dock. So there's a little bit of a story, like maybe they trade wool for food or something like that. But let's go into, oh no, I have to enter to make that work. Okay, let's go into spectator mode because you can go really fast in spectator mode. I did try to make all the bridges on the pathway look sort of legit, I guess, kind of, sort of as legit as it's going to get. Now so I'm at Port Bray. If you're on the world and you want to find out where things are, you go straight north of Port Bray, and it's quite a ways to the banking clan. The banking clan's on an island, and I actually want to do it on camera because if you're searching for it, I want to show you where things are. I should have maybe shown coordinates, but it's okay. Everything's connected by road except for this. Yeah, this is actually the only thing that's not connected by a road. So out here, you're going to find the banking clan. The banking clan will have eventually a ship, but it's not there yet. Now, the deal is, let's see if I can do this. So say you're walking here. Oh, yeah, I could do sand. I hate to kind of, okay, here, this will work. Say you're in a major building project in the realm, right? You have a ton, and you need gravel. This is why we did it. So the banking clan is a clan that does block exchange for only simple blocks. Like you're not going to go here and exchange for diamonds. But if you walk into one of these lobbies, and we only have one completed at the moment, but there's no fish, none of that. It's just, we're talking gravel, diorite, red sand, podzol, granite, whatever else, andesite. That's pretty much it. So here is gravel. So what you would do, you open this up. Now you can exchange either cobble or smooth stone, and how it works is like this. Take it and you put it in the chest, fill it up. You can do this with like a double click. Oh my goodness, really? I really thought that I had enough. Maybe, is there some in here maybe? No. In here? Oh, for crying out loud. Maybe over here. No. Okay. I got to go get like 2 more stacks. All right. So, yeah. So what you would do is you put it in the chest, and then the banking clan will exchange it for whatever it is that you are trying to exchange. So in this case, we want a chest of gravel for a chest of smooth stone. Now, the simple blocks like diorite, gravel, all that kind of stuff. There we go. Oh, you know what? Okay, so it didn't quite. So you get one for free. It looks like it didn't quite go, but yeah, here we go. So here you get, there you get your gravel, right? Not bad, huh? I'm just gonna throw this on the ground and let it despawn. Okay, cool. So that's the banking clan, and I think eventually we're gonna have this all. I want this to look like pretty wealthy, maybe different tiers, maybe windows looking out the balconies and things like that. This will all be really landscaped well, and that will be a huge tower. Now this is the other independent kingdom along with Sandrasku. So this one we'll keep building in season 2. Or season 3 or season 4, it doesn't matter. These are independent kingdoms. All the rest of them, it's a house per season. So once season 1 ends, which is at the end of 1.12, then that means that's the end of building House Donau, and we'll start House Shonara, which is a season 2, and that's probably gonna be a smaller house. We have some exciting plans that we'll talk about later, but I can't think of anything else I got right now. I feel like this is pretty much it as far as what we've accomplished so far in the realm after 200 episodes. The first 120 episodes or so are mostly live streamed and with a bad mic and bad quality, and I'm sorry about that. it's much better now, I think you would agree. And I'm really having a great time doing it. I'm having so much fun. I love talking to you guys. Discord is the best thing, though. If you're interested at all in just hanging out, giving me ideas, suggestions, maybe joining me, maybe even just for giving me some inspiration, hit me on Discord. It's free. You can just grab it. The link is in the description, and you can just, send pictures, whatever, that kind of stuff, inspiration. If you like watching the videos, why not actually reach out and chat with us? Because Ulrich's on there all the time, Captain Doe, me, DNA, anyone who plays on the realm basically is on there. Swan, General Jeff, all those guys. So Howard. So check that out. What else? I have a server that you can play. It's adventure mode right now. It's a copy of this. I'll have it here. I'll have a download link in the description. And if you want my texture pack, you got to get through Discord, because I'm not putting out anywhere else, because these aren't my textures for the most part. Maybe I edited a bunch, but they come from somewhere, and I don't want to put out someone else's work. So if you really like it and you want to play with it, cool. But you just got to get the link on my Discord. That's the best place. Okay. All right. Anyway, that's all I can think of. I hope I hit everything. I just thought of one more thing I forgot. I'm going to hit it really fast, okay? Why not? The only reason why I jumped back here is because I forgot to show this last tour as well, and I was kicking my butt because I really love the build. And it is just outside of Colossal on the way to, well, what will be eventually the other way to the Arbor Druids to Adjury. But there's a back entrance to Colossal now, and if you follow it, you'll come across this little bridge. And you will get to the Drunken Sheep Winery, which is, I love this, and I just forgot to show it like an idiot. But yeah, it's a winery. We made a full vineyards and everything. So this is a place that Lucifer and Luna made in a flower forest. I just thought it looked so cool. And it just kind of felt like it needed something else. So we attached it to a winery. So basically, the people who own it, the Drunken Sheep Winery, live over there, and you can just follow this right over here, and you see, I hate flying because you're losing the atmosphere, but there's some complete with pour, like stomp on the grapes, that is, yeah. Oh, and then, okay, so then here, a little eating place, a little dock. The dock could use some love. It's okay. This place, I think it's all furnished. Yeah, it is. Cool. Inside all done with some kegs, bar. Oh, I love this. I love this place. And then if you walk out of here, so after you make wine, you might want to keep it cool, right? Where are you going to keep it cool? How about in this giant cave that we dug out? So here is an underground wine cellar. We did a little bit of research on what wine cellars actually are like in ancient times, and it's kind of like this. So we built, this is a man-made lake, actually, or stream. The stream, because boats can come. So little boats can come in here. They can pick up kegs, and they can take them out to the dock, which is the easiest way to move big, giant, heavy kegs of wine, right? I mean, that stuff is pretty heavy. You can come right here and taste it as fresh as it's going to be. Little chairs. I love this place. I love this. I think the cave is really cool. I mean, it's a custom cave, but it was completely made from nothing. This was just a cliff. We actually dug it out completely. And I just think it's cool. A little vat of water so they can, for some reason, I don't know why, but yeah. Anyway, so this is a little port where you can get even more different kinds of wine. The whole thing. I just think the whole thing is so cool. Anyway, so that's it for me. I know, pretty long episode here, but if you haven't been keeping up, I hope you enjoyed it. I know I've really enjoyed. I love this world so much. It's one of my favorite artistic things I've ever done, and I hope you enjoy coming along with me. So I'll see you next episode 201. Still staying in season 1 until 1.13 comes out. And we'll see you then. So thanks so much for watching. Hit me on Discord. I love that. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.